Well, this is the itinerary. We're landing Phoenix on the 18th, Sedona next day, Grand Canyon on the second day, Monument Valley, Bryce, Zion, and Las Vegas. 8-day trip. So I think we're going to have fun. Except Priscilla. She's afraid of heights. So she's going to stay at the hotel. Okay. Well, we are getting ready for our trip to the Grand Canyon. This has been in my bucket list for many, many years. Finally, we're going. And as you can see, we are packing a week ahead of time. I start packing a week ahead of time. And I'm all packed. Priscilla, she has a few things out, and she takes forever to pack. Anyway, so the reason why I pack ahead of time is because I always forget something. So I'm not taking much. That's my clothes over there. This is my underwear. And that's it. Long lines. Still waiting for the airplane. We have what? What time is it? Huh? What time? What time is it? 8:30? Oh, we got another 2 hours. We get here, might as well go to sleep someplace.
Obviously, I don't go there. I don't know where I'm gonna put the sand. We are at the hotel.
I made a holiday with my family.
Yeah.
We stayed here 3 days.
Health choice, oh yeah. Listen, if you get sick, the hospital's right there. You know? It's hotel lobby. Huh? Gotta be away, what? Try to send a text. It's the hotel room. We have a little sink, a little kitchenette, but we're not cooking. And this is the bathroom. So we used it last night, so we're leaving this morning. The room is messed up. Okay. Soon we're gonna get on a bus. This is the view of Phoenix from our hotel. Yeah, well, the sun is in a way. Let's walk over here. Here's a plane taking off from the airport. The airport is right there. See the tower, the mountains in the background. It's going to Newark, that plane. Okay, now we're going to the bus. Okay, where's the bus? Oh, the big white bus. Okay.
The grown up.
Oh, the grown up. All right, you take care.
Have a good day. I think this is it.
Okay, let's see.
Holy no, kids. Holy smokes.
Okay, here's the bus.
Don?
Caravan?
Yes.
Are you on caravan? It's the small mini.
No. We're not going to. Thank you. We done that yesterday.
On the
Good.
big
We done that
You
yesterday.
didn't listen to the driver.
I just want to stake out a seat so I can
You
put
bet.
my backpack in there.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. On the left side, Priscilla.
Which way?
On the left side, the bus. Right here, right
He
here.
said midway.
Midway.
Say this or this one?
How about this one? Yeah, I see more. I see a big
This
view. Okay.
Put
All
your
right.
backpack. I'll put my book. Nice.
Okay, we're off. Starting our trip.
The nice Spanish bird of paradise plants here, the orange plants, and we've got mesquite bushes, we've got creosote, we've got a lot of palo verde, you can always see the palo verde, everything's green. Look across the top, you'll see, everybody see it? Yeah, good, way over there. And you can visit it, unfortunately we cannot visit it because we can't get a bus up there. And, but it's a little Catholic church, very tiny inside. Anyway, she was. Okay, well we're coming. Look at the houses here. A lot of these have just gone up recently. On the right-hand side, you've got the adobe look, or the southwest look here. Most of them are two-story. You can't build any more than two-story, and everything has got to be a kind of colour that molds in with the earth colours. And so yeah, these are all $1 million plus homes, or multi-million dollar plus homes. And the people often ask me, well, what do the people do here? Well, they enjoy life, folks. You've got the money to be here, and it these sometimes the second or third homes, the kind of money that goes into these buildings. And you probably remember John McCain, who was the presidential nominee a few years ago, and senator for Arizona, correct? And the more dramatic the erosional factor. So here we are, we're coming in. This is also, it's tourism that drives the economy here. And but wherever you get a fancy place, wherever there's a Malibu or a Hamptons, you've got to get showbiz people here and wealthy people like the McCains, and there's a house for sale up near the chapel. It's the actor Nicolas Cage. Okay, his home's up for sale near the church, actually, near the chapel on the rock that we've just been looking at. It's 16 million. He seems to go from boom to bust, doesn't he, Nicolas Cage? He's sort of odd character. Anyway, the personality that came here first was Lucille Ball. So she built her home here in the 1930s or 40s. I'll point it out to you, it's further down the road. But as you can see nowadays, this is the Hillside Shopping Centre as we come in on the right-hand side. And it's arts and crafts. And this is also what drives. Explore the back areas where they film movies here. Wherever there's Red Rock, they have an association with the movies. And as we swing around the roundabout here, or the traffic circle, we'll do it slowly. Look up to the left-hand side, you'll see Lucille Ball's house. It's up. I beg your pardon, yes. And the right-hand side, thank you. And it's a grey green one with a balcony. You see up there on about 1 o'clock on the right-hand side? Yeah. And actually, she's up there. See, she's up there. We've got a little mannequin up there that's waving at us. So we come over Oak Creek, and then this particular area, this is a little shopping centre went up in the 1980s, Tlaquepaque Square. Big mistake they made, they didn't make the roads wide enough for a bus. So a bus can't get in there. But, anyway, we've got a nice shopping area downtown here. We're not there yet. It's about half a mile and we'll be at the centre of Sedona. Plenty of places to have a bite to eat. Plenty of places to just walk around and window shop or just have a look around the little alleyways, little speciality shops.
Prickly pear,
I think so.
cactus. I don't know what you call them.
Cactus.
Downtown Sedona. We are already at lunch. So
You want to go across there, or you want to go this way? Let's go.
I waited for you. Oh, Leo waited.
Yeah, no, we're in a rush. We have to get our bus.
So
Yeah.
if you want to take with you.
No, that's
Take
okay.
it with you.
let's go.
What did you do with the camera? Like, but you need his model inside the...
We're making fun of you.
Huh?
She's making fun.
Like a couple of million for the dirt. Very expensive. This community, the deeper we go into Sedona, we'll be seeing the nice houses. Nothing ostentatious, but just very expensive land. Anyway, we'll stop. Look at the right ahead of us. That's Bell Rock. Bell Rock. You've got, and to the right, you've got Courthouse Rock, Bell Rock, Elephant Rock, and Jailhouse Rock. Hunka, hunka, hunka. No, seriously, yeah.
Peter,
Yes, sir.
isn't there a church here that's really famous for the view?
I can't hear you.
There's a church here that has
Oh, yes, we haven't got to that yet. But you're right, there is a very famous church here. So we'll see that going into Sedona. Yeah, good question. But so Elephant Rock, the Bell Rock here on the left-hand side, and then Courthouse Rock.
Well, we left Sedona. Now we're going to the Grand Canyon. That's our next stop.
Absolutely fabulous. So we don't get off the plateau, we get on to the plateau this afternoon where we climb up the Mogollon Rim, and we're up between 7,000 and 8,000 feet, and then we'll get off the plateau when we make our way into Vegas in a week's time. But a great view today, folks, lovely and clear, but a great day. So we're going to climb up. This high ground goes all the way to the left-hand side. What you are looking at is the southern rim of Colorado Plateau. Now the Colorado Plateau is a vast uplifted area smack in the middle of 4 states. Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado and Utah, right in the middle, an area that we call the Four Corners. That's where this amazing piece of geology, the geologists say that this has been here for about 700 million years. Now this has existed when we've been underwater, when we've been an oceanic plate. But this is an incredible view. You don't see as much of the Colorado Plateau as you do coming down this hill as we do today. There's no other view that can replicate this anywhere around the plateau. And the plateau is 140,000 square miles. And ladies and gentlemen, that is where because we're going to climb up onto the plateau this afternoon of a famous rim drive called the Mogollon Rim, and she wasn't close enough to power lines, so she was further up the canyon. I said, okay, you built yourself, until the 1950s, she wanted to pursue this vision to build a church somewhere, so she came out here, and she built it out here. And so it's on the right-hand side, folks. But this whole, now we've got churches representing every faith. We're going to be passing.
I was looking forward to that hill.
Why didn't you get it?
So that was the other ring.
Well, we've been stopped in the canyon for the last 15 minutes. The microphone stopped working. So therefore, we're not moving. So I don't know what's going on. We have no phone services. So they're going to have to figure it out what's wrong with the microphone and the bus. No announcing, no announcements. Okay, maybe we'll get it fixed, maybe not. You know, we're moving then again, the only thing is our tour guide is not able to explain anything. The sound system is out.
Look at how clear that water is.
And there's a ravine down there. Yeah.
Clear, pretty clear.
So I'm going to have to do the narration myself. We're not in the canyon yet. We're going towards it. And it's pretty. It's more mountains and more mountains. So if I see something interesting, I'll show it to you.
We don't know what it is.
We don't know what it is. So, yeah. Top of the mountain up there. And there's the ravine down here. And there are homes in between. Amazing. There's a home right there. One-lane road. The construction. Oh, this is and that's where we stayed tonight. We just got here, and guess what? Here it is, the Grand Canyon coming up. Amazing.
I had two girls, and those boys are wild.
Well, you
She's
know,
it.
I had a daughter first. I only had one sister, and I had a daughter first, and then I had a son. And it's
Here's the Colorado River down there, I guess.
like, I mean, that's what I was afraid of.
And then it goes down here.
Amazing.
Anything about the boys that
Amazing.
I discovered. It's just
No, we really live on it.
His dad was
We're getting our keys and our dinner food coupon.
Where do you live? Where do they live? Oh, well, New Bayless. That's in Atlanta. Oh, okay. Yeah, you gotta find. Yeah, write it down. 'Cause I won't remember. Oh, no, you need to go to him.
You go ahead, you'll get it. You'll get the thing. I'm gonna see the sun shining in the canyon, right?
So what I would do, 3-5, let me see this. I think where 3-5 is when you could, I think, you go through the entrance there.
Okay.
There is an elevator that
Yeah.
will take you up.
Give me a chance, Hen. Which way?
Anyway, shine it up there.
Here?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here's the room. Open the windows. Open the windows.
I get settled?
Hurry up. Open the windows. And there's the Grand Canyon right there.
This is broken. I can't move it. You know? The
Right
skirt is
there.
broken.
Right there. There it is. And we have two beds. Two queen-size beds. Okay, let's check out the bathroom.
Big letdown from yesterday.
Huh? Well, what do you want for the park? It's okay. It has a shower, and there's a toilet, there's a sink, and there's a curtain. We didn't have a curtain this morning, but the door won't close, so what good is it? Okay. We have our special room. See the Grand Canyon out there, the view. Where are you gonna sit? Table for two?
Two here, Phyllis?
Yeah, that would be fine. That'd be fine.
Ladies, there are two here.
We got a great view. Right here. Yeah. Yeah, we have salads ready. And the Grand Canyon is right there. Still is having a
Vegetarian platter.
vegetable burger,
Vegetarian platter.
and I'm having trout. I hope I can taste it. This is all part of it. And it goes way down there. The river is dry. I don't know. Where's the water?
Okay, well, there's going to be a lot more down this way. We can't slow, we just have to maintain speed. So, but anyway, we come back this way, and the people on the right-hand side will get to have a look. But anyway, great views, and you'll be seeing all these views this afternoon when you have free time, and the
It's a long canyon.
yeah, the weather's going to be nice. We're going to warm up to the mid-70s.
Sonny speaking.
Force fire.
Speaking.
Yeah, it's coming in.
Anyway,
The big picture's gonna be out in the canyon, not so much the sun
Okay.
over there.
we have plenty of pictures of the canyon already. We have more than we can stand. Okay, shiny over there.
It's starting to hit that red rock over there.
Everybody waiting for the sun to come up. It's coming up little by little. Let's see. Morning. Yeah, chilly morning.
Heavier under this.
Sun is not out yet. It's Friday, September 20th. Early in the morning, 6:10 in the morning. The sun is coming up already over the Grand Canyon. Sun is peeking over there. So let's see if we can see it.
This way.
It's chilly. It's whoa. Shining there already.
Look, there's a goat. There's a goat.
Where's the goat? Where? Don't see it.
Okay.
Huh?
Go over there, you can see him a little better.
Where's the goat?
Straight up here.
whatever. I see a goat and I see a hat. I see a hat down there. And see a little more lively.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Good. Great view of the river.
Yeah, okay, let's see. There's the Colorado River, if I can see it. No? Over there. Oh, over there.
But it's amazing. Look at that.
And there's this tower up there. Maybe we'll go there and take a look from there. Wow. There's the river there. I'm sure people will put a rope. People will go down there. You could go down there. Here's another view. So the wall is not moving. Oh. Last day at the Grand Canyon.
Did you get a picture?
Having breakfast. We're ready to go on a bus. So, and having breakfast and looking right at the Grand Canyon, and the sun starts coming up. This is the bottom part of the Grand Canyon. The sun is peeking behind the trees there. And today we'll be leaving. We're going to Monument Valley and Lake Powell. But first we're going to stop at the desert, the colorful desert, what do you call it?
Painted.
Huh?
It's a painted.
Painted desert. We're going to stop on the way over to the Monument Valley. See you later. Bus is leaving. Back to the bus.
That was nice. One of the mule deer came to see us off. Did you have a good day yesterday?
Yes, we did.
Oh, great weather, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's lovely. How many of you did the Trail of Time or the Rim Walk? I know a lot of you set off from the visitor centre. Well done, folks. Well done. And some of you went out and did Maricopa. I met some of you, so well done. Good, good, good. This is why we're here, isn't it? To try and maximise the amount of time that we have here and put it to good use and enjoy the incredible scenery. There she goes. Yep. Oh, I've got things to do now. I've got a few chores to do. I'm going to check a few places out.
There is looking for food. They're running down the road.
Yeah, this is the home to mule deer and elk, all the wildlife. Is clear today. We've had again last year when we had all the fires in California. This was thick with smoke, really thick, and very discouraging. I encourage people to wear masks. It was so smoky. But this year we haven't had as many fires. We had more fires in Utah this year, just go up this high ground here and you'll see just to the left. You can see the river down there. See a little bit of river? It's hard to see, but anyway, you're all going to see the river, folks, in a matter of minutes. Great big curve in the bend of the Colorado River. So this is the best view of the river. A majestic chasm there. We could just see the top of this from Desert View yesterday. And if you look away to the left about 8 o'clock, there's Cedar Mountain that we were looking at away about 8 o'clock left-hand side. Anybody see a quite daring act a few years ago? I think it was the Great Wollenda that went across a tightrope, well, not a rope, a cable, and everybody thought he was going across the Grand Canyon. He wasn't. He was going across it here. So he just left out the little Colorado. The word little was left out. He was crossing the Colorado River, but he was the little Colorado. But nevertheless, an amazing feat. But anyway, we watched with great interest as we would come here through here on tours, because we could see the equipment and we could see the trailers for the TV companies, but it was just down here, a little bit further down. Anyway, put the wire across. It was quite a breezy day. Remember, he kind of wobbled, and I must admit, I had to go and get another scotch. But he did it. Well done. But this is just down here on the left-hand side. But anyway, folks, other than the Great Wollenda, whatever it was, this is the Navajo Reservation. You're looking around here, and we're going to be spending the whole day on the reservation because we have to get to Monument Valley and then Monument Valley to Page. So we are crossing the reservation, and we're going to see Navajo life up close. And they have migrated down from Canada, the Navajos, in the 1300s. They were hunter-gatherers up there in Canada. They and the Apaches came initially from Canada. So way back in the 1300s. Anyway, they have established themselves here in what we call the Four Corners, where the 4 states come together: Arizona, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, and they become quite a dominant tribe in size, around about 300,000 according to the last census in 2010. Because what is happening, the desert sand, because we're getting the desert sand from eroding mountains, getting it from the sediment that's eroding from the tops of the high ground around here. It could be limestone, could be sandstone, but it is covering. Look how yellow it looks here on the left. And this comes from limonite. Limonite is a mineral in the rocks. Actually in iron, in iron you get limonite and hematite. And so the limonite can give you yellows and greens, but this is a lovely yellowish color here on the left. And then we've got the Butte, B-U-T-T-E, which we call a hill, way over there on the left hand side. You can see the red predominantly. So you've got the iron in the sedimentary rock over here, and then you've just got again they look like sand dunes. It is sand that's covered, but all these dunes here are all underneath. It's all grey, decomposing volcanic ash.
Now where are the volcanoes?
The volcanoes, Fred, are behind us, the San Francisco Peaks, all those high ground that you've been seeing over the last couple of days. We came past them in Flagstaff. Have 6 vents that have been very active over time. So this is all the debris field. They're now what we classify as extinct volcanoes because they're not active anymore. Sometimes, you know, volcanoes can be dormant. Sometimes they can be active, like the ones currently on in the Hawaiian Islands. But they're extinct. But what we do is just we've ever had it actually. So very good, very good. So it's Owl Rock. That's the official name of
Oh,
it.
this one over here.
Yeah. So
Oh,
we.
I've been looking at that one. No wonder.
What one over
Yes,
there?
for sure. It looks like.
No, that's a reflection what you see.
Keep looking.
She's looking at the reflection.
Look at the face.
Oh, there's another one over here.
That's the owl.
Oh,
I was looking at.
Peter, we're looking at the big rock over there. Come
Okay.
on.
Okay. Well, what would you say the big rock looks like?
I don't
then, Justin?
know.
The big rock.
We'll have another quiz.
Oh, the little rock.
I say it looks like the neck of an old volcano.
Oh. You're right. Come on. That one I probably could guess.
For sure. You look at it.
So keep looking. Looks like an owl now, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it
Making more of
does.
an
Absolutely.
impression.
Absolutely. You know, I'm looking at I'm filming the big rock. Oh. All right. That looks like an owl.
They did an assessment of hydrologists, isn't it, that can assess water in aquifers, and they said
Peter,
yeah,
we're getting cold back here. Is there something?
cold.
Yeah, we're cold.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can warm things up. Make sure your little vents are closed above your head.
Yeah, mine are.
Yeah, there's a little wheel there. And but we can. What do we currently do? We're 72 in the bus. Okay, we can notch it up a little. So look, we're just slow here, Don. Keep looking to the left-hand side, and you see the hogons there. See the adobe hogons, like a mound of adobe there on the left? That's a hogon. Hogon meaning home. Okay, we'll warm things up, folks. What's the temperature outside, Don? 72, okay. I thought you were inside. And 72 outside. 3 lots of bathrooms. They don't have any bathrooms in the gallery. And look at this, 3 buses here already. This is what we're facing today. And thank you for being on time, because believe you me, it's going to work in our favour. Be used to going to Lowe's or Home Depot to pick up a piece of wallboard that usually comes from
One thing I
gypsum.
noticed,
Gypsum is
Navajos
an
have a lot of
evaporite
cars
material
and
that
trucks.
makes good for wallboard. But this used to be a plateau. It's worn away, and what we have left are remnants, like the one right ahead of us, which is a butte. And so we're going to see all manner of features that eventually go to make up Monument Valley, and you're going to see a huge collection. We have a song. What he could spell was Mike, so we called her Mike. So you're going to see lots of references when we get up to Gouldings of Harry and Mike. But Harry was 6'5", and Mike was a very pretty lady. And but anyway, so there they are. He's 20, she's 17, and in 1920 he went back and he said, "I found a place that when we get married, I'd just love to live, but we can't because it's Navajo reservation." We'll fast forward 3 years to 1923, and just to the north of the Navajo reservation were the Paiutes. The Paiutes had been on to the government of Utah, the legislature up there in Utah, to move them because they found that the farming wasn't very good, and so the BIA and the state of Utah eventually moved the Paiutes, and amazing, and they moved them up into central Utah. Well, that left a whole area just north of the Navajos vacant, and it became public domain, and you could go and settle it. You could go and stake out a home. Well, Harry read about this, jumped on his horse, and he came down here and he staked out 1 square mile, and he paid the patent or the fee at that time. Now he paid a fee of $200 for 1 square mile on the old Paiute reservation, just to the north of the Navajo reservation. And listen to this, ladies. He went back to Mike, and they were now married. He said, just listen to this, Mike, don't interrupt. And he said, what we're going to do, he said, I've just staked out 1 square mile. We have to live to get the patent or the deed, as homestead acts in those days were, 4 or 5 years. We have to live on it. We have to live on this staked out 1 square mile for 4 years, and then we can officially get the patent or the deed. So what we're going to do, we're going to become trading post owners. We're going to start our own trading post. We are going to trade with the Navajos. He said, so for 4 years we're going to live in a tent. I've got 2 tents, and we're going to live in one, and we're going to trade from the other tent. And and he said, we'll trade with the Navajos. We're going to build up a rapport with the Navajos. We'll get on with them. They're going to enjoy having a functioning trading post. And he said, I'm a sheep herder by profession. I can broker their sheep. I can get the sheep to the railhead at Cortez and Durango. He said, so that's the aim. We're going to become trading post owners. Now, he said, living out here in a tent, it's in the desert, it's very hot during the summer, and we get amazing sandstorms, and we're also going to be right on the edge of the Navajo reservation. They really don't want us probably here initially. He said, so they could be somewhat aggressive towards us, and that there are going to be times when I go into Cortez to pick up supplies and leads. He said, so you'll be on your own. And he said, and during the winter, it does get snow and it gets freezing. What do you think of it so far, Mike? Oh, she said, whatever you say, Harry. What an amazing couple.
It's the view from the restaurant.
If I should take this off.
We haven't lunch today, but the view outside is fantastic. This is the view from our the place we had lunch today at the Navajo Nation. This is huge. One nation, only Indians live here. No one else can. We take the VIP bus to the Monumental Valley, and this is the VIP bus now. And we need this to put the dust. Okay, so we're going to see those.
Sebinskiy, that's what they call it. Then also the day clinic, local fire department. Across the road is the welcome center. Rush hour.
I don't eat it. It's not salty. It's not dusty at all. You.
The berries, the ground squirrel heat has really bitter taste, and we use it for jewelry, earrings, necklace, bracelets. We call them ghost beads. They protect us from ghosts and bad spirits.
They had in that gift shop, huh? That big gift shop we were at right there. They had these. Really?
Everybody okay back there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, sounds good. The West Butte, the West Mitten, that's the tallest one that's down here in the valley. Stands around 1,200 feet tall.
We're just going to point out 4 states to you. We can see 4 states from here.
Wow. Okay.
So as he came along, whichever truck you're on, they probably told you I told you this morning, you're running along the Arizona-Utah line. And what it does, it comes just to the right of those people standing up there on that rock. And then it comes right down here, believe it or not. Right down here and goes on anyway, the line. So we're actually standing in Arizona. And just down here where all the sagebrush, juniper is, this is Utah. And then if you look way over there, do you see the sort of ridge of white cloud?
Yeah.
Can you all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good. That is, you can see, if you come down to ground level, just a sort of line of white. Well, that is Colorado over there. So that is a ridge of Colorado. And then you come a swing around here to the silhouette of the mountains up here. And these are the Chusca Mountains in New Mexico. So I'm going to ask for a volunteer, Ron. Ron? You Ron? I'm Joe.
Here between the men straight ahead, there's also the Colorado Mountains, about 109 miles from here. And 30 miles back this way, there's the Four Corners, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico. On an hour reservation, we don't sell alcohol or liquor. On the right side above the ridge is the View Hotel. You can see all those balconies. It's really good, smells good too. Then also the leaf, we use that one to braid ropes, we use it to braid shoes, we also use it for ceremonial purposes. So that's the yucca plant right there. So we mostly use the plants for medicine and also natural color dye. So that's what we use the plants for. We can use it for oatmeal, Navajo cake, pancakes. That's what we use it for. On the right side, at the end of the mesa, there's all. So the average rainfall that we get is about 8 inches average. So it's pretty dry out here.
About 9,000 people and growing. So what do people do here? Well, it's mainly tourism, folks, and people make it their base to head into Utah. We're in Arizona, but they head into Utah and they go to maybe Bryce and Zion, as we're doing on Monday. And now the other thing on Monday, folks, as we come along here, that we will be leaving. We left early this morning for obvious reasons. And this is Chief Tosi, just here on the right. They run you out for the caves and the transport there. But on Monday morning, we go into Utah. Well, when we go into Utah, we go on to mountain time, which means our clocks go forward 1 hour, which means we lose an hour. I can't afford to lose an hour and do the itinerary. So this is going to be a bit of a trade-off. we're not going to leave quite as early as we did this morning, but we do need to leave at 7:30. So it will be bags out at 6 and then get into Zion at a reasonable time. We usually get into Zion around about maybe around about 5:20, 5:25 on Monday evening. But so please, on Monday morning, change of times, leaving at 7:30, bags out at 6:30, breakfast begins at 6 o'clock, so whenever you go for breakfast, just pop your bags outside your room. We're going to remove in the 80s over the New Gorge in West Virginia, which is about 800 feet above the river. But a beautiful, beautiful place, very rugged scenery.
When we leave on Monday, do we leave on Mountain Time?
Well, we leave on Arizona time because we're not in Utah. We only go with the Mountain Time, we get what we need to.
So we leave at 7:30.
Yeah, well, on Arizona time, folks, and we just remain on Arizona time, and currently Arizona time is 4:34. And this is good, folks, because we're going to get in before going to be on tomorrow morning. See how nice and big it is, the cruise boat? So, folks, here's the dam. This is an amazing piece of engineering. And you'd come to the visitor center, then you go down with the guide along the top of the dam to one of these towers, then you go down 710 feet in an elevator. Good tour, good guide, very knowledgeable. Then we'd head into Walmart and pick up things that people would want. So we need fuel for the bus and water for the bus. We'll have you back if you choose to come at. But look at it, it's beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful scenery. There's Mount. The Navajo Mountain on the right hand side. That's where the sun comes up. Just to the left, if you'd like to see the sunset come up about 6:15, you can see that from your balcony. And then this sun the sun on the left hand side. This is going diagonally. I'll show you where it goes down, but you might get with that fire that's on.
Okay, this is our room in Lake Powell. We just got here. So let's see if we can see the lake from here. Ah, we do. A little bit. Yeah, a little bit of the lake. See a little bit. Tomorrow we go on the boat ride. See you guys tomorrow. Walking down to the boat.
It's just, if you didn't hear me, it's a group photo to get this over with.
Okay, today is September 22nd, Sunday. We are all waiting to go in the boat ride in Lake Powell. So,
Do you want to sit upstairs or?
I'm gonna go upstairs. Yeah, we're going in the boat.
Justin with his videos.
I'm gonna go upstairs.
Videos, everything.
Yeah, and then I throw away half of it.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Watch that step.
Well, we're going upstairs. Oh, it's closed. moving.
And it's different amperage, and I guess we keep shorting out the speakers. So most of the commentary will be heard in here that I do, but like I said, Bishop is very knowledgeable. And Bishop will answer those questions if you're outside, have any questions, and you're not hearing the PA system.
Going down to the dam. Going down.
From New Mexico. I've been told the drainage basin is roughly the size of the state of Texas. So that is a huge drainage basin for this lake. All the tributaries feed into 5 primary rivers: the Colorado, Green, Dirty Devil, San Juan, and Escalante. So those are our 5 primary. And so sometimes the snowpack in the Rocky Mountains is good, sometimes it's not good. The winter of 2017 to 2018, it was horrible. I think it was on average 40% of the 30-year average. We only came up 2 feet that year. And because of that, the Sierra Nevada...
Here we go. Here we go now, taking off like a jet.
So to the right of, or actually, now the next thing I'm going to do is answer a question we get asked a lot. What is the difference between buttes and mesas? And so now is a really good time to demonstrate the difference. Look back at Tower Butte, and you'll see it's tall and skinny. So Butte's height is greater than its width, so they're tall, thin. The mesas, on the other hand, are short and squat, so their height, or width is greater than its height. So you can actually see the difference between them. And as we enter into Antelope Canyon, I'll start off with some commentary about the canyon itself, then I'll be quiet for a little bit, and then I'll finish up with some fun trivia facts.
It's hybrid. And when they're made in their makeshift raft, that would be pushed down this canyon right here. Yes. When the water. None of the lines were here. Everything looked a bit different since that was made, before, the water level was too high. So they filled
come out the same place. So what we do with this side canyon is we travel in
and give you a nice view of it, enjoy some time in here. Then we find a nice white spot where we can turn a tour boat around, and then we make our way out. Here, as we come into the canyon, you see the rock that's on either side of us here. All throughout the Southwest, especially here in Glen Canyon, at this elevation, the dominant rock formation you're looking at is the same layer. So all of this is the same rock layer. It's called Navajo sandstone. It is the thickest geologic layer here in the Southwest. In some areas, it's as much as 4,000 feet thick. It was laid down during the Jurassic period, so well over 40 million years ago. This was a Sahara-like desert. We were part of...
It's amazing.
I'm sorry.
Fantastic. Well, pretty soon we have to go downstairs.
What about a bit of bass?
And, something I always want to see, the dam. So
Let's try that. Oh, much better. Yeah, well done.
we're
And then
going
when you
in
come
there.
back up, you'll have time out. It's 45 minutes. Like a funny story?
Sure.
So doing this last year, exactly, and the other, I never know how many people, as I think I said yesterday, never know how many people are going to show up. And then we can go and check in.
Here we are at the dam.
Actually, as we come in here, folks, as you have your cameras, we're going to pass. We'll just go slowly here, Don. Thank you, folks. If you look along the front of the Carl Hayden, he was a long-serving senator that was responsible for bringing the dam here. Carl Hayden, he was a.
This is the dam. I forgot the name of this dam. What is it?
Glen Canyon.
Glen?
Glen Canyon.
Glen Canyon.
There.
Yeah. Okay, Glen Canyon,
Yep.
dam. All right, we're going to go down there at the bottom.
Well, we're going to be down there.
We're going to go all the way down. Was built in, finished in 1963. This is amazing. This is what creates Lake Powell.
There's a lot of paleontology tracks, a lot of paleontology history in Escalante, and the environmentalists wanted Clinton to save it for because it's so historical, it's so rare, it's so unusual, and it would be a wonderful monument. He bought it, but Utah said, no, we don't want that, because in Escalante we have uranium, we have coal, we have tar shale. We need that for our
Real
economy.
dinosaur
Anyway, it
tracks.
was overruled, and President Clinton went on, but he created that 2 million acre. I mean, it was through on her tour, the beautification tour of the West. It was 65, 66, and she stopped here, and they asked her if she would give the dedication speech, and it was really a terrific speech. And when she finished, she pointed. She said, "Why don't you plant flowers down there at the base of the dam?" And so they all thought, "Oh my goodness!"
Off the water source, or comes up and opens up the water source. It's a 110-ton gate, and that gantry crane over there can hoist 165 tons. So that's what can manually open or shut the penstock gate. It's all automated now. They don't need it. The only thing they use it for is lifting up these gates, setting them on top of the dam, and cleaning off all the crud that builds up on them, mostly quagga mussels. So.
What is this?
Alright, so we'll come out over here. That's what they poured the concrete with.
Oh.
Yep, just over here, guys. So this is one of the original concrete buckets right here. This thing can hold 12 cubic yards of concrete, about 24 tons. They started the construction of the dam in 1960 and they completed it in 1963. And in that time, they poured 400,000 of these buckets right here. So for, they say it's enough concrete to make a 4-lane highway from Chicago, Illinois, all the way to Phoenix, Arizona. So if you guys want to take a look at that core sample, he's got his hand on right there. Here, guys, hopefully touch it. The water's still getting through. It's pretty much what happened. Where they produce the electric. They only produce.
Going down to the bottom of the dam right now. You gotta be here?
Nope, I'm good. So I'm used to being one of the security officers here. This is probably my 23rd day giving tours, so I'm not used to the elevator this way. It pinched me, I was like, ooh. Got down to the bottom, I was like, damn. Yeah, rough day. Yeah, so right now we just went down 110 feet, about 33 meters down into the sandstone.
Damn.
Down into the sandstone, down into the foundation underneath this.
You're good. I'm following you.
Okay, so as I move forward, they mix concrete here. Oh, it's a 20-story building, by the way. Not only did they mix all the concrete here, they also manufactured ice. It was the largest ice manufacturing plant in the United States. With each batch of concrete they made, they would mix the shaved ice in with a batch of concrete to help it cure as it goes through that curing process. If you're familiar with the Hoover Dam, it's still curing today, where today we're about 99% cured. Without this process, they say the dam would take about 200 years to cure. So not only did they mix in the shaved ice, they also had pipes interlaid throughout the concrete to help it cure faster. Glass. It just comes down dripping, 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 dripping. And then it goes through a trough system set up throughout the dam, and then it's gathered up here. There's about 4 locations in which it's coming out at about that rate. It's about 1,600 gallons a minute of seepage water at our current water level. When you get up to full pool, it's more around 3,400 gallons a minute.
So that helps you, so you can use more water.
They don't use any of that seepage water towards electricity production.
But you have to let out so much probably into the river.
Yeah, it is all calculated though, that water. They have these meter things, so as the water flows through it, it measures all the water flowing through. So it is counted, and that is being taken part in the 8.2 million acre feet. So we'll go and watch this little video, and then I'll go and answer any questions.
The process of trans.
We topped the day off by visiting the biggest attraction. We're going into the bus again. We're going to Zion. Where are we going? Bryce and Zion Canyon. Well, unfortunately, this is not our bus. So that's our bus over there.
It's a gorgeous bus.
Everybody's getting in the bus.
Thank you.
And they supply us with water, all the water you want to drink. Our bus driver, Don, is a really nice guy.
Anyway, so the one night, then they come down to Zion, were 2 nights, and they're 1 night, and then they go in. So the one night they're missing, because they only have 1 night at the canyon, 1 night at Bryce, 1 night at Zion. Then they go into Vegas for 1 night. Well, you know, we used to stay at Caesars, but people would say they'd rather have another night in Zion or somewhere else. So can they pay $4,200 for that? And ours actually is the better tour. It really is okay. So they get. We were talking about this, John, weren't we? may get a few more meals, and somebody may give you a little chat somewhere, but I could always chat you on the bus.
Now we are in Utah. Just came from Arizona. Now we are in Utah.
Stratification there, that it does have a name. It's called the Crinoline Formation. So wouldn't you think that's aptly named? Doesn't it look like a sort of bulging crinoline skirt? The design, anyway, they called it the Crinoline Formation. In fact, the crinoline came out with your last queen. Hard to think of that. You had a Queen of America. So the wife of George III, her name was Charlotte, and they were an active couple, those two. They had 13 children, and she wanted to hide her a subsequent pregnancy. So she got a Parisian designer to design a high-waisted dress, and so introduced the crinoline to fashion, the fashion trends of that time. There's beautiful parks, everyone different. Arches and Canyonlands are up there at Moab, and they're actually literally across the road from one another.
Notice that it's very clean. There isn't
Out of the bus, and we are in the middle of nowhere. This town is called Kanab,
In the bathroom. Kanab.
Utah. They used to make the, what was the name of the series they made here, hon? Priscilla, what was the name of the series they made here?
Not here.
No, around here. What was it? What was that? Lone Ranger, right? What did he say?
Yeah, but that's not right around here.
Okay. Yes, it was. Didn't he say they made the Lone Ranger? What was it? Around here somewhere?
Yes.
Right.
In the Kanab.
In the Kanab. Okay. Just it now. It's in the middle of nowhere. But at least there's something here. You can eat and drink, I think. Here in Kanab, a couple from New Jersey moved out here. I don't know what year was that, but anyway, was nothing in here, and they set up this place called Denny's. Then they bought all these props up for the movie that they used to make around here, and now they got the outhouse here. It's the outhouse.
Hey, lady, if you don't mind, how about just leaving that dang door shut? That's right, I'm in here doing a little job. Just about bottom out here, but just about need a few more pages out of this Sears and Roebuck catalog. Okay.
Bye. So, the series that they used to film here was The Lone Ranger, and I think it was The Lone Ranger. Well, no. I mean, who's narrating this? You or me?
That's not true what you're saying. This is
She doesn't know the story, and she's telling me the story.
Right.
Right. So, what year, do you remember what year did he say that the couple from New Jersey bought this?
I don't recall that. No.
Anyway, so maybe my wife knows. She thinks she knows.
Yeah,
She doesn't
maybe
know.
she's right most
Yeah,
of the
no,
time.
she's not right. So what year was, do you remember what year was that couple from New Jersey moved in here, was not in here, purchased this land? He said the year.
85 was the group. Was it 85?
85, but he said the
Before-
couple.
Oh, I don't remember him saying a year.
I said the couple. They came from New Jersey and they bought this place here.
Yeah, I don't remember him saying the year.
Okay. So these were the props from the Lone Ranger series that they used to film here. Denny's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Justin is taking the Conestoga wagon. He's on his way to the prairie.
Where's the gun? Oh. Okay. Stop it.
How do I stop it here?
Either one.
Excuse me, when they recognized growth that was occurring in southern Utah in the 70s and 80s. This is the 1970s and 80s. They started to tap the Pine Mountains at 10,000 feet high there on the right. But they get a lot of snow during the winter. That's all good drainage. And so they now, all that drainage drains into a reservoir. And where you can see that swathe of rust color way on the right hand, they built the reservoir next to a fault line. So in 82 the reservoir was completed, and in 89 they had a terrific tremor that ran through that fault line, and it cracked the wall of the dam. How do you get a permit to build a reservoir next to a fault line? I think it's a 5-letter word beginning with M. Well, you're correct. This balanced rocks here, 2 balanced rocks. If you look to the left hand side, we call them salt and pepper. Just here on the left. Keep looking, look at them. Yeah, they've been there. I've been going past these rocks for 29 years. I think that the rangers get a ladder and up they go with a bucket of soup. We talk about water, and you maybe ask yourself, do they have the volume of water that's going to bring about millions of years of erosion? Well, yes, they do. We're high up here. The high point at Bryce is 9,000 feet. But we do get a lot of the monsoon rains that we get traditionally in July and August. And we have seen this. This is a dry riverbed here in Arroyo. And I've seen this overflowing onto the road with summer rains. It's that kind of intensity, that kind of volume of rain. So as we swing round to the left, on the right hand side, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see a sign. It'll say Bryce Point 8,300 feet, so it's a good reference point for your cameras. You know where you are when you look at your cameras. They're on the right, and then that's a little enclave there, that little recessed area. That's where you get a good view. But
it's amazing.
There's 5,000.
I want to go down, but wait for me. I want to go, but I can't. I need to be near you. Huh? What do you mean to me? Hold on. frightened, so I need to hold on to you.
Everybody's going to hear mumbling. Everybody when beautiful.
Look at this. The trail down
It's amazing.
I saw you there's a trail down there. I'm going to stand there.
I think Marshall they head up on it.
Looks like snow to me. No, it's not snow. It's a different kind of rock that didn't fall apart very easily. Okay.
Where?
Have you cleaned up your pictures? Have you deleted?
He like going in lifts. He was like lifts, but once we went down
Fantastic.
Look at this. Oh my goodness, look at how beautiful.
Yeah, what's erosion?
What do you say, 215 or 210 to be back?
210.
We're going to go down here?
Yeah.
You're not going to see as much down here.
And keep looking to the left, folks. They come to meet us. That is amazing. Got a little baby there, a baby one. Keep looking to the left, folks. Oh, there's some up here on the right. There's some more up here on the right, just above us. Whoa, look at this. Oh, this is as close as... And one of them's got a radio collar on. Oh, two of them.
Yeah, look.
So they, as they've been put into, as they've been new additions
That's a good one.
to the park, they've put the radio collar on. Oh, look here. Look at this.
There's 3 of them up there.
Look at the little baby there. Yeah, this is all got a photo, folks. All got a. This is great. This is about as good as it gets here. Yeah.
They knew we were coming.
Okay. Well, that was terrific. Hey. Timing in life is everything, isn't it? Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Keep talking. The backup done. Oh, we got some more, have we? What have we got down here? Oh, it's a tree. Oh, yeah. Gosh, have you seen that tree? Look at that tree there.
Peter, what?
A kind of ready service on the road. Okay, we've arrived at the tunnel, 1.1 mile long, and we will just wait here until we get the nod from the ranger.
I remember you went up these steps.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
While we're doing this, let me just read out your dinner reservations, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to be dining at the Red Rock Grill in the lobby, in the lodge itself. It's a 2-story building, and on the ground floor you've got the auditorium where we'll go in.
Thank you. I hope so. I hope so.
We're going to the tunnel now.
You bet.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, it's 1921. They decide to build a tunnel to create an east entrance, and somebody came up with the idea. Okay, if we build this tunnel, if we drill frontal when we get out of the tunnel, that this is just the side view of the Great Blind Arch of Zion as we go past this window. Oh yeah, there's the tram, folks. There's the tram. And that's Kevin, one of the drivers. Oh, it's like a big golf cart. Whoop. Okay. Okay.
Was it a deer?
I remember this. Yeah, I'm going through, yeah.
Anyway, this is the stables on the left-hand side,
Park is truck over.
and here's the lodge, folks. So we are here, and the buildings with the green roofs are the cabins. Tiny. I remember when we used to stay in there. When you can hear the person cough next door and you fall out of bed.
What happened?
Sometimes hear them breathing. It's that that close. But anyway, here are the larger rooms, and we'll be in this building, Watchman, and this is Sentinel, and we've got deer greeting us. So we are going to unload here behind this pier. And then right ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen, actually the other side looks like they're doing some construction. You can see where the yellow fencing is up.
Okay, we're waiting for our rooms. Here we are at Zion.
Did you wait here for
Huh?
I ate the whole bowl, but I'm used to it. But if you're not used to that much fiber,
What time is it?
that might have done you in. Sorry, I was. No.
You have enough deer here?
No, I didn't forget it.
This is the view from our balcony at Zion National Park. Beautiful. We have a nice room, nice balcony, and we have a whole day here tomorrow. Our final day is tomorrow, so we have a lot to explore here. So it's getting dark. It's 5:30, 6 o'clock. So tomorrow I'll show you more. This is where they get the meat for the restaurant that we're going to eat tonight. There's plenty here. This is where they get the meat. Last day in Zion Park, we're taking a tram ride.
I've never been.
All chocolate tram. Peter?
Blankets.
We're going for the tram ride early in the morning, our last day.
Is this tucked around you?
Cathedral.
I don't
I don't see it.
Right straight ahead. See him? You can see where that shadow is.
Yeah.
Just down and to the left a little bit. See something orange moving?
Over there. Over there. Over there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see anybody, but that's how you go up. That's it. Yeah. See? Stop. Okay, this is the last day we are here. We take the Emerald Trail. It's for older people, not for not for young people. It's for older people. So it's a small trail, and we might have to come back. Nice, clear water. You can drink right out of there. Okay, keep going. Going to Emerald Pools. That's where we're going. That's what we're talking about. Keep walking. Walk, walk. Okay. Now we're climbing a little bit. Yes.
Afraid. Going down is going to be scary. That's what I didn't want to
Okay.
do.
We're making it.
No, we aren't making it. I won't be making it. until I'm down there.
If you please keep.
You know, you're not
You
afraid.
because you're talking.
Well, I have to, otherwise I'll be crying.
Okay, we're not climbing anymore.
No, we're going down, which is even scarier.
We're going to go all the way up to the top of this mountain.
No, we aren't.
Oh, yes, we are.
Oh,
All the way
oh,
up.
oh,
Well, no, we're not. We're almost here. Come
I
on.
don't think so. She said not really. Want to take a picture here?
Okay. All right, let's go a little bit. A little bit more.
Not a little bit more.
Okay. We get almost to the end.
I don't know.
As I understand, the trail is closed So we can't get up to the peak. That's where I was going, but trail is closed. See, all this fell down.
Let's just have none come down now.
All this fell from up there,
Yeah.
way up there.
But when they get more rain, I'm going over here.
Okay, here we are at the Emerald Pool. Kind of
Oh, wow! Here they come.
well, she held me back. She kept on pulling me back. Otherwise, she kept on pulling. Yeah,
We saw the falls, now we're
Yeah.
going back. We're heading back.
Maybe something else.
So here's the falls over there. And
You brought your soap with you. You can go down there and take a bath.
yeah.
Justin, let's head back.
I was going to go all the way up there and he holding me back.
So is this the pool we're supposed to be looking at?
Yeah. Here I am in my Lanai at Zion National Park. You could not ask for a very better view. This place is amazing, really amazing. This is fantastic. This is the best thing I ever did in my life. I'll never forget this. So I want to show you a little bit what I'm seeing from my Lanai. Okay, here we go. So, okay, look at this mountain. Look at this valley. Look at this. Look at this view. Look at that. Fantastic. Fantastic. I'll never forget this for the rest of my life. This is the best, one of the best trips I ever did. We did the national parks. We did the Grand Canyon. We did Monumental Valley. We did Bryce Canyon yesterday. We've been here 2 days at Zion. I think this is my favorite. And tomorrow we're leaving at 8:30 in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning to San Diego, to Las Vegas, and then we're going to fly to San Diego. Anyway, I'll see you all when I get home, okay? Bye. Okay, we are leaving on our last day. Here's our bus. We are leaving for Las Vegas. And our trip is over. It was a fantastic trip. One last look at this fantastic view. One last look. One last look. One last look. Traveling from Zion Park to Las Vegas, and we're going through the Mojave Desert, part of it, and these mountains are out of this world.
And then, folks, when we arrive in Vegas, Vegas will be the next stop after we leave here, and we'll be dropping Carolyn off first at Terminal 3, and then we'll go around to Terminal 1, which is where you all get off. At that point, I'll again go through where you can catch taxis, shuttles, point it all out to you, where you're going into the departure area to catch a flight. So I'll point it all out. But we'll be pulling the bags off there, and I usually keep people on the bus when we're unloading the bags, because we do share the sidewalk with rental car traffic, with foot traffic, so it's more convenient to keep you on the bus. But as this is going to be the last stop before Vegas, if you've met people on the tour that you'd like to say goodbye to, shake their hand, take their photograph, give them a hug, then this will be the place, folks. Because once we get to Vegas, people have one thing in mind: they're going to either fly out today, need to go and check in, they'll grab their bags and go into the airport departure area, or conversely, if you're staying in Vegas, you're heading for a cab or a shuttle. And so this would be a little quieter spot to say cheerio to new friends found on the tour.